Imagine living 6,000 feet below the ocean surface, where it's pitch black, freezing, cold, and deadly. That's where the anglerfish thrives. Hi, I'm Audrey Wansink, and welcome to my presentation, Anglerfish Dinner for Two, for my BIOG 1250 seminar. So first I wanted to start off with these two articles on anglerfish, one from the Cornell Chronicle and one from the ASM journals. Both of these articles talk about the specific bioluminescent bacteria that is found in the anglerfish, specifically how this bacteria's genome is and its symbiotic relationship with the anglerfish, which we will touch on later. What is an anglerfish? If you look at this thing, does this really look like a fish? A brilliant nightmare and a biological evolution. Anglerfish are known to live in the deep, deep sea, in the bathypelagic zone or the abyssopelagic zone. Since it's so deep, there is no sunlight, very high pressure, and there isn't a lot of food. And that brings up two different problems. The first problem is it is really hard to find food in the deep sea. And second, it's really hard to find and keep a mate. So what can the anglerfish do? And this is what goes back to a biological evolution. But I wanted to talk about dinner tonight. Anglerfish, and there are two types of dinner. One is for eating and one is for mating. The anglerfish's first kind of dinner, Finding Nemo, this was one of the scenes that traumatized me. Deadly deep sea dinner invitation. Since it's so dark beneath the deep sea, the female anglerfish uses a light bulb on its head, the bioluminescent lure, to attract fish and food. The tip of the little lure glows. But why does it glow? That's because it has bioluminescent bacteria in it. And how does this bioluminescent bacteria work? This is a photobacterium that has a symbiotic relationship with the anglerfish. The anglerfish gives food and a home, while the bacteria gives light. How do anglerfish turn on their dinner light? Their antenna is actually a modified dorsal spine. It's called the elysium, and the bulb is called the esca. Inside the esca, there's this bacteria that can glow. However, what's interesting about this bacteria is that it's a mystery to scientists how they get there. Because when the anglerfish are larvae, they aren't born with this bacteria. Scientists believe the bacteria is from the deep ocean water, that according to these articles, the bacteria have lost genes that are needed to live freely in water. Because of that, they rely on the symbiotic relationship with the anglerfish to survive. About 50% of its genomes are reduced. Here is a photo where you can see the esca and the lure tip, the elysium, the lure rod, which is the spine, big, wide, and extendable mouths. How do these anglerfish prepare for dinner? So they have to eat whatever is attracted to their light. Their big jaws can extend and unhinge so that they're able to eat larger. Their metabolism is really slow. What they have to do is they have to adapt their appearance through camouflage so that their prey can't see them and can only see the bioluminescent esca.
Just in case the lure isn't tempting enough, it also secretes a chemical attractant into the surrounding water. Its strike is faster than the blink of a human eye.
What is the anglerfish's second kind of dinner? We talked about eating. Next, we're going to talk about mating. Deep sea dating life is kind of complicated. The anglerfish's second type of dinner. Finding a mate is not easy, and there aren't that many fish in the sea. The anglerfish's solution, instead, is to make it so that their mate can never leave them. Anglerfish males are very tiny compared to females. When a male anglerfish finds a female and decides to mate with her, he decides to bite into her. And as a result, his tissue fuses into her body. He becomes a permanent parasitic sperm donor. And this is called sexual parasitism. A permanent merger and not a one-night stand. This is an anglerfish male, and this is an anglerfish female. What happens is he latches on, their tissues fuse, starts to lose his eyes and internal organs, end up sharing a bloodstream. He can become a permanent sperm donor for life.
And this one shows a sexually parasitic pair for the first time. That means during mating, the tiny male is permanently attached to the female. He gets nutrients and she gets sperm.
That is their attachment style. Literally. An extreme example of system biology. Instead, she needs the bioluminescent bacteria to eat. With her slow metabolism, it helps her needs a fused permanent mate, has a total house husband who is nothing more than an on-demand sperm donor. Dang, girl. This is a unique example of evolutionary adaptation as well as symbiosis and genome reduction of the bacteria. 3 biological lessons. Biology can use evolution to solve problems. They are still evolving to solve their problems. There were the 2 problems. It's difficult to find food and it's difficult to find a mate. The anglerfish are problem solvers. So they use symbiosis with the bacteria in the lure fusing with her mate. This is a 3-way biological system. She uses optimization because of her hinged jaw and expandable stomach. Life lessons from an anglerfish. In a hungry world that's dark, the best way to survive is to light your own path, let your friends help you, and when you find a good partner, cling to them for life. Here are some fun closing credits, my references, and citation. Thank you so much for watching.